like I said, you have to see what you like to do. You have to see what
And I'm
bites.
always for like post the damn video, just post it. You know, like if you feel like embarrassed that your friends are gonna see it, one, they ain't your friends. Two, just make a new page that they don't follow.
Just be you. Like, if
Mhm.
you are you to your core, people will relate to you. People are going to love you.
We're very open online. We talk about like stuff we're struggling with, but at the end of the day, like that's still an edited video I posted. Welcome back to Loud Talk with Lavi, a podcast. Hey guys, it's been a minute since I've been in this space. I'm back in like my podcast recording studio. Guys, if you saw the mess in front of me, I have so much PR to unbox. I have new chairs. I have new chairs. You probably haven't noticed because you can't really like see them in the space, but hopefully I'll have an in-person guest like within these next few weeks so you can kind of see like the whole new setup. But it's always so nice to be back. If you're watching on YouTube, I have like a full beat of makeup on today, so I'm feeling glam. I'm feeling good. And I have a really exciting podcast guest today. I think you guys are going to love this episode. It's someone that I've been following on social media for like at least the past like year or two. Amazing energy. And I just, you know, when you see someone online, you like know you're gonna vibe in person. That's exactly how I felt. But she's known for her silent makeup reviews, her absolutely iconic lip syncing videos, and most importantly, her funny humor when it comes to her beauty reviews. So without further ado, let's get loud and right into this podcast episode. And of course, if you're not watching the video version on YouTube and you're listening, love my audio listeners as well, but definitely go check out the video version so you can like hang out with us and get the full experience. So let's get loud. It's time to get loud, guys. I have an amazing guest today on Loud Talk with Lavi. Everyone give a warm welcome to Izzy Santulli. Girl, I'm so excited to have you on Loud Talk.
Hey, everybody!
Oh my gosh, just like talked for like literally like half an hour before we start
We
recording.
literally did.
But I already, you know, like when you see someone online and you're like, we would vibe, like I just already knew that you would get on this call, it wouldn't be like awkward and you know, we've all had like at least I've had like guests before that, you know, it gets a little like you have to warm up to the conversation, everything like that. I feel
Right.
like I've already known you forever, but I've been like watching you
Yes.
forever. So to anyone who
Aw.
doesn't know Izzy, social media, content creator, influencer, whatever we call ourselves these days. But I want to know
Yeah.
about your journey. Like, you told me you started making like beauty videos 2 years ago, but like, where was the start of that? Were you kind of
Mhm.
like into, because I know for me, I always like grew up filming like everything like as a kid photo booth. I was filming like makeup tutorials in my room and they were not going anywhere. Like where did that all start for you?
Honestly, like, I don't think I was very much, like, filming myself when I was little, but I was very different to what I am now. Like, as a kid, I was very quiet, very shy, not social at all. I think the thing that got me to, like, I guess, like, the person I am today, I feel like is, like, my parents put me in dance, and that kind of,
Okay.
like, helped me build confidence and, like, a stage presence, and I know how to, like, perform, if that makes sense. And I just feel like I always loved makeup. I always loved skincare. And I would sometimes pretend I was like filming like a get ready with me, even though I wasn't like an idiot.
Yeah, we all
But
have. Let's if you
we
say
all,
you
I'm like,
haven't, if you say you haven't, you're lying. I'm sorry, but you're lying.
you're lying. I agree. But yeah, I was just like for fun, I was doing that. And then I started making videos because I'm like, why not? I see all these other people getting like PR and going on these trips and like all this stuff. And I'm like, what is stopping me from like doing that? And a lot of people ask me, did blowing up for you, like, were you not expecting it? Like, this is not, which I'm like, I wanted this. Like, this was my goal. Like, I had a
Mhm.
goal. I was like, I
Okay.
want to be an influencer. And like,
Interesting. So
I
like
did
the
it.
first video you posted, you were like, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Can you walk me through that? Because I feel like
Yeah.
I always like I started really young. I started on YouTube like 13. I had that in the back of my head, but I
Wow.
always thought like, yeah, girl, I've been
Holy
filming videos. The
shit.
archive is crazy. But I always like had that dream in my head, but I always thought like to get there, you'd need like millions and millions of followers for it to be like
Mhm.
full time. Like I Literally, I even remember going on my first brand trip. I think I had like 150,000 like TikTok followers at the time. And I was just like, oh, this is like a fun side hustle. I was working like an engineering like internship at the time. And
Mm,
then I found out like all these people were like doing it full time. I'm like, there must be something. I'm like, I was definitely like one thing I knew was like I was definitely undercharging after I had like conversations with people. But as a kid, like I always just thought like that would be so cool to achieve one day. And I was always like striving
hmm
towards it, but it was always just kind of like my fun hobby. And I always had like a different route I was gonna take, like down the engineering route and everything. So it's so interesting to hear that you kind of had that goal in mind. Cause I feel like a lot of people come to me and ask, like, I want to be a social media creator, like, how do I do it? And I'm like, honestly,
hmm
in my head, I'm like, you just gotta post like to love it. And like if it turns into something cool, if it
Yeah.
doesn't, cool. But I'm really curious to hear about like your journey and how you kind of like almost manifested that in a way.
Yeah, I definitely think I manifested it because I would always like I was like crazy. Like I would like imagine myself like in like on a brand trip or like I would imagine myself doing like a huge PR haul when I didn't have like PR, when I wasn't sent stuff. So I think I low key manifested this life for myself.
This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, 9 to 5 Skin, which also happens to be my beauty brand. And let me tell you, one of the biggest misconceptions about acne is that it is a hygiene issue. And you'd think when 80% of the world struggles with it, this would be more talked about. But the issue is the beauty industry has trained our minds into frantically buying every single product we see online with these crazy, unrealistic before and afters that tell you this one product will completely clear your skin. And not only that, it's going to take away every pore, every scar, and transform your skin in a matter of a few weeks. I don't view skincare like that. I was sick of seeing real skin not being represented, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do it myself. This is 9 to 5 Skin, where we only show real skin, real results, because skincare at the end of the day is a supplement. It should be helping your skin along the process, no matter where your skin's at in the journey. I struggle with hormonal acne, and these are products that just help me in my day-to-day, make me feel good in my skin. And before you say anything, this is not just another influencer-founded brand. My name is Lavinia, and I'm a fully 100% self-funded brand. We're doing things a little bit differently over here, non-traditional, and bringing a little bit of my engineered solution to skincare, like Spray Away. It's our best calming yet hydrating mist. I wanted to pull together my experience as a content creator for the past 10 years, where I've tested out hundreds, if not thousands of products with my background in chemical engineering and business to create a brand that doesn't make you feel like something immediately needs to be fixed. I want 9 to 5 to be that brand. When you pick up the product, you instantly feel more confident in your skin, because hating your skin into healing is not possible. We need to focus on skincare that promotes progress over perfection. Of course, we're keeping our products affordable and accessible, and from one acne-prone girly to another, remember to tell yourself something you love about your skin today and shop 9 to 5 at 9to5skin.com. Again, you can find all of our products at 9to5skin.com, and our 4-piece bundle is $20 off. You heard me, whole $20 off. You can get the full 4-piece set.
But yeah, I knew I was like I want to be an influencer. I never had an interest in anything else. I hated math. I hated school in general. I hated school. I went to university, dropped out of my last year before my undergrad. Everyone literally was killing me, but I'm like, guys, just I can't do it. Like I can't do it.
Just the
But
process.
yeah, I'm like, please just trust the process. Like it's not for me. Like even I can't. So I was just like making videos for fun, and I would like get inspo from like other creators that I personally watch. Like I see
Mhm.
like what's trending. Okay, people are doing reviews like this and that. Like I struggle with acne. I should make acne videos. Like how like what has helped my skin. And I hopped on a trend, silent reviews, and I don't know what the freak happened, but it like went crazy my initial video, and I don't even freaking know how it happened, but it happened so quick, and I gained followers also so quick that my account got banned. My account got banned. I remember it was like around Christmas, not last Christmas, the Christmas before. It got banned, and I was like, what the freak is happening? And everyone was telling me that it's because you're growing so quick. TikTok thinks like you're like some next bot or something. I'm like, bro, right when life starts getting good.
No way, I didn't know this.
But
Wait,
yes,
I thought you like started the silent reviews.
a lot
At
of
least
people
you were
do
the
think that.
first,
Yeah.
yeah, at least you were the first person I saw do
Yeah.
them. Girl, I
I
tried it and
definitely
people found me online.
yeah.
I'm not even kidding. People were like, "Why are you breathing so loud?" I'm like, "I just can't breathe." I think I was sick when I did it. Don't do that. Don't do the silent review from when you're sick, because they're like, all I can listen to is your breathing. I'm like, I
Yeah,
was just trying to
yeah.
get a breath. I was just trying to get a breath in. It did not. I was like, you know
It's
what?
hilarious.
Sometimes you have to know when certain trends aren't for you. And I tried it once, and then I was like, I'm just gonna leave this to Izzy because I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Oh, it's so freaking funny. Yeah, I
Oh my
definitely didn't start
gosh.
it though, but I saw like other people doing like silent reviews on like books and stuff, and
Hmm.
then I was like, wait, this is a good idea for makeup. And then I started doing like I remember my first one was with I think lip balms or glosses, and it just went viral. And I think literally from there I've just been growing ever since.
Interesting. And when was that?
So,
Last year? Yeah, last year, right?
mm, it was not last year, it was the year before, I
Like end
think.
of 2023, I think.
Yes,
I'm trying to
I
remember like
think
when I
so.
filmed. I think
I
I
don't
filmed.
even know.
Anyway,
I
no,
don't even
when you said my memory's bad, I'm like, I don't know when anything happened any year. Like I have to think back to
Me
like
either.
what was I doing, and then I can like
Yes.
yeah, relate to the year. That is so interesting. So like how when you say like your account grew like crazy fast, what was like that growth? Like can you like give me a number
So
like
I honestly can't even give you a number, but I think I was getting like 10,000 a day at one point.
holy
Like
shit.
I would wake up and I had like a new 10,000. I'm like, bro, what's
That is
happening?
crazy.
And I remember, okay, it was not last Christmas, like the Christmas that just passed. It was the
Hmm.
Christmas before that this was happening, that it was like
Yes, yes.
my account was racking up. But yeah, it was I've never seen, well, of course I've never seen something like that, but like it was insane to me. I was like, what the fuck is happening? It was
You're
it
like,
was
I did
crazy.
it.
Yeah, I was like,
That
holy
is
fuck,
so
am I doing
crazy.
it?
That is so crazy because I always, you always hear about like kind of like the overnight like virality and stuff. And it's like I've had such of like the opposite experience where I had like a very slow
Okay.
burn type of like growth, which I'm honestly very grateful for. And I think at the time I had a lot of frustration with that because I'm like, I am putting out so many videos and like, now looking back, I'm like almost really thankful for that slow growth because I think it
Hmm.
would have been really hard for me to finish like university and do all that if like it was all of a sudden because it was slow
Hmm.
growth. I was able to kind of over time kind of add a little more of influencing, add a bit more, and then I was able to like balance the two.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting like to hear that. I'm always curious like what your family
Yeah.
members or friends like thought about it when you were like starting this new career.
Yeah, my friends were for it. My parents were like, "What is this?" Like my parents were sussed out, I'm not gonna lie. Like I remember I got my first brand deal and they're like, "What do you mean you're making this much from
Right.
a 30-second video? Like, what do you mean?" My parents are
It's a
very
scam.
old school. Yeah, like
Yeah.
my parents are very old school, and like I feel like parents don't understand like this generation of like what the fuck is happening. Like
Yeah.
this, you can make a career out of this, which now being in it, and it's crazy because before I was an influencer or okay, let's say content creator. I hate influencer.
I know. I
Content creator.
understand. I'm like, I'm a creator. I'm not an influencer.
I
Or like,
hate I hate that.
yeah, beauty creator. Like, I love that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that. Beauty creator. So I like on being on the other side of it before I was in the space, I would always look at creators and be like, how are you making a full like how is this a
Yeah.
full-time thing for you? I would
Right.
always be so like, how are you making money? Like
Hmm.
that's my thing. I was like, how are you making money to afford this, this, and the third? But
Hmm.
like now that I'm in it, I'm like, oh, that's how. This is how.
Yeah.
It's just crazy seeing how much like money there is in the space, which is insane.
Well,
I'll never
especially
get used to it or understand.
in the beauty
Yeah,
industry, because I always thought like if I
yeah,
had like this amount of influence in another space, I don't think I would be able to do it full time. But in beauty, like
yeah,
that's just how it is when it comes to like especially like beauty reviews, like there's just a lot of money in that industry. And I think especially,
yeah.
similar to like mine your content, like I think you're just so authentically you in the space, which is something that makes you stand out and makes you different. And that's why like people trust you. And then that's why in turn brands trust you to like
Mhm.
bring on because they know, people trust your opinion because you're just real about
Yes.
it. So what was your approach there? I'm so curious once you said that you
Yeah,
kind of like planned this all out.
yeah.
And you said like, you grew up dancing and you like know how to put on a good performance. I
Mhm,
think a lot of what people talk about now in content creation is they're all, especially as a viewer, they're like, oh, well, this person acts this way online or this way in person, or you really set up your camera to like film this and all of that. And I always
mhm,
try to remind people, like, although, my content I would say is very real online, at the end of the day, I'm still trying to make entertaining content for a viewer
mhm.
to watch. What's kind of like your perspective there, and to what extent is content like a performance and something that's supposed to be entertaining versus like so authentic to real life?
I feel like that's such a good question. I feel like it's still hard for me to even balance that out. or even to actually understand the difference, because I've been starting to do vlogs now, and like I'm starting to do like, you know, the getting out of the bed and like stuff like that, and like propping my phone up to brush my teeth, and I'm like, bro, am I in a video game? Like, I'm just like, it's such a weird feeling, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm also sometimes, and I say this so much to my audience, I'm not always in a loud and goofy mood. Like
Right.
that's not who I am. Like I come online and I talk about my struggles. Like I do this and the third. I'm not always a goofy person. And I even was telling some of the people that always ask me like, how do you blow up? Like how do you do this? Like I'm always like, at the end of the day, people want something that's entertaining.
Hmm.
People want something that's honest. And like you gotta kind of be dramatic. Like, I'm sorry, like you have to be dramatic. You have to be a little bit dramatic for the camera, because that's what the algorithm likes. And like I
Right.
know people are going to be like, I can't believe you're saying that, but like it's true. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, I try to maintain I feel like I do maintain an authentic way of, you know, reviewing and like doing content, but there is a little bit of like a strategy. There is like you can't whisper, you can't like you have to talk with a loud tone,
Right.
and you have to be entertaining. Like that's I
Right.
feel like that's
Unless you're doing a
yeah.
silent review.
Unless unless you're doing a
No words.
silent review. That's basically not silent, but we'll call it silent review.
That's so funny. It's actually funny. The other day I was like doing starting a PR unboxing haul, and I filmed it at my
Yeah.
grandma's because I send all my PR to like her apartment. And
I
so I
love
had like
that.
my phone propped up and my mom was like standing there, and I like started the video. She's like, "Why do you start the video so loud and then speak normally after?" I'm like, "It's just the start of the video. Like
Yeah.
you just have to do that."
Yeah.
And I mean, I get comments all the time too when they're like the
Why are
influencer
you
accent
screaming?
go, or like, no, not scream. I don't think I'm a scream. It's funny because in person and in my real life, I think I'm a very loud person, hence like the name
Mhm.
of my podcast, Loud Talk. But I think online I'm actually like a lot more chill than even my friends tell me. They're like, you are so like you give off such like put together. Not that I'm like not put together in real life, but they're like you give off such like professional vibes in
You do.
your makeup reviews, and in
You
person
do.
you're so chaotic. I'm like, that is so funny to hear. And
That's
it's
so
not,
funny.
yeah, I know. And it's like, I think that's why, like, I love doing this podcast and stuff because I can, like, show that different side of me. But I think it's just the way of, like, how I started reviewing makeup so young, too, because I was watching, people's, like, the OG beauty gurus, like, in their, like, late 20s, mid 30s doing beauty reviews. I was 13. So I was like, okay, I have to, like,
Yeah.
use, like, show the product like this and talk about all the information. I was very, like,
Mhm.
informative with it. But even I've noticed, like you could make the same, like you could do the same makeup routine, and in one version you're like applying the products like straight to your face and like up close and stuff, and the other you're just applying them like regularly, maybe how a makeup artist would. One of those videos is going to like get a lot more traction just because of how you're applying the products. And I think a lot of people like
Mhm.
forget that sometimes, that you have to start off with like that eye-catching, algorithm loving clip to like really draw someone's attention in. And there
Yes.
is the balance of like, okay, how do I make this like authentic to me? But then still, obviously as a creator, yes, we do this because we love it, but at the end of the day, like it's also our job. Like we want our videos to do well. And like what you were saying there with oh my God, I just lost like my entire train of thought.
That happens to me probably 10 times a day. It's actually crazy. Wait, what is your sign? I need to know.
Oh, okay. I'm a Libra. Was that what you
Oh,
were expecting?
no.
What's your guess from I want to know like what
I would
based
have
on
said like
questions.
maybe like Leo or something. Or even
Okay.
Taurus.
Okay.
You give Taurus
Interesting.
energy a little bit.
I'm on the cusp, like between I'm a Libra, but I'm on the cusp of like being a Virgo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm on a cusp too. That's crazy. Well, I'm a Sag, but I'm on the cusp of it, so I'm a Scorpio slash Sag.
Okay, okay. I'm not as on the cusp. I'm on the 24th. So like I'm definitely a
Mhm.
Libra, but like, close to
Yeah,
Virgo. Oh
close
my
enough.
gosh. Yeah, what
That's
year are you
crazy.
born? What's your tiny zodiac? Now I'm like
Um,
invested. I mean,
2001.
wait, I'm born 2001 too.
Really?
Yeah. Why did I think
Oh
you
my
were like
god.
2 years older than me? I don't know, you give off
Really?
this like older sister energy, yeah.
Oh my god, really? I feel like I'm so immature and stupid.
Oh my God, 2001. No, I love, oh my gosh, that's so
Oh my god, I did not
crazy.
know we were the same age. I thought you were older. I thought
Not
you
as
were older
slow
too.
thinking. No, Izzy, in my head, I'm 17. Like literally,
No, same. Same.
Okay. Okay, glad we sorted that out. People online love to tell me I give off like 30 enough.
Bro, everyone is like, "Are you 20?" Like every time I ask people like to guess my age, they're
Okay.
like 28. I'm like, "Huh? 28." Like not that that's old, but I'm not near 28,
Right.
babe.
No,
Please.
it's the same for me. I think it's because, and like this is what people always tell me when I actually say my age. Because I remember I posted like get ready with me for like my like last first day of school last year, and people are like, "Wait, girl, you're still in school. Like, how old are you?" You know?
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah,
at the time I was 21. They were like, what the hell? Like I thought you were like late 20s, early 30s. And then when I said my age and I was like, guys, I'm low-key offended. Not like, it's just kind of crazy to like hear that.
yeah.
Everyone was like, "Oh, you just give off such like mature, like older sister vibes in your videos."
Yes.
I thought you were older. You also like, give off that you have like your career figured out and all of that. And I think I got the same impression with you. So then I assumed like you were a few years older than me, but there we go.
Yeah.
That literally goes to show you guys, like social media, you cannot make these assumptions online about
100%.
people's image. Oh my God.
100%.
I'm actually so
I love
excited that we're
that.
both O1 babies.
I
So do you have
love that for
siblings?
us.
Do you have any
No, I'm an
siblings?
only child.
Oh, interesting.
What about
Okay.
you?
I have a younger brother.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Do I give off like older sister vibes or no?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so, yeah.
Well, I
Honestly, I
like,
get that all the time too, like when people say like to add on to what you said, like when people always say like, "Oh, like I thought you were older because you carry yourself
yeah.
like in a mature way." And I'm like, "Well, I guess that's a good thing." So,
No, it is. I would have guessed you had like a younger sister. That's
really?
what I would have guessed. Yeah.
I always wanted like a sibling. Always. I'm
And
like,
now you're
"Mom
like
and dad, what the freak?"
and now you have all these like people online that you're being an older sister to. So there you go.
For real, I
Yeah.
know. Oh, I love that.
Oh
I
my
love
gosh,
that.
that's so funny. My brother will be editing this, but he'll see it. But he always says I like tortured him as a child because I was so older sister that I was like literally putting him in like every dress, like all full glam makeup. And he's like the most like this man is like bodybuilder, like so like
Yeah. Oh
bro into car.
no.
Yeah, but he just like he's always down for like anything. But and he was very
Aw.
introverted growing up, and I was very extroverted. So like I spoke for him. I did, and he was always like
Yeah.
he's like as a kid like you kind of traumatized me, but he's like love you now and like we're he's like as a kid you were crazy. I'm like oops
Yeah. Oh,
sorry.
you guys seem like you guys have like a really close relationship.
Yeah, love him so
That's so
much.
good.
Hey Nick,
Aw,
you'll see this.
I love that.
Okay, back to it, back to the content. Okay, take me back to like the whole, I'm still like invested in this whole strategy
Yeah.
thing. Okay, what do you want to call your other account? Because you have, for everyone who doesn't know Izzy yet, you have like your lip syncing spam account, good
Yeah.
vibes account, and then your beauty account. What started first? What came first?
The beauty account. The beauty account started
Really?
first.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was like that was just like the account. Like everyone made a TikTok account during COVID. I feel like that was my account that I started with from COVID. And then I started like making beauty videos that were also getting like 20 likes. Like they were not doing well until I started the silent reviews that blew up. But my lip syncing page, I started probably a few months ago. And I don't know how that, I don't know how that, like, never mind my beauty page. I don't understand how that one blew up like that. I still am like, what the freak is happening?
No, girl,
I
it's
don't
the
get it.
energy. Like I
I
when
guess.
I watch every single one of your lip syncing videos,
Oh my
and why
God.
am I like
Stop.
it's the energy you give off. Like I could never like I wish I could like give off that energy through the camera, especially to like a video like that, but you have me like propping up my phone and like vibing out with you. Like I swear, like you are just such
I
a
love
vibe
that.
in those videos. And like in my head, I feel like I definitely saw, okay, I think I'm trying to
Yeah.
put together pieces. I remember seeing your silent reviews. I definitely thought you started that. In my head, I think you were two different people, like the lip syncing and the
A lot of
silent
people do. A lot
reviews.
of people think that. A lot of people think
Yeah.
that.
And then
Yeah.
like as a few months ago, I was like, wait, this is the same person. But I thought everything was posted on the same account until
Mm,
literally the other day. And I like realized there were two separate accounts after I asked you to come on the pod. And I
yeah.
was like, oh, slay. Like these videos actually are so cool. And then, okay, so then you started with that, it started going into like a job. What did you end up taking in school that you like didn't end up finishing?
So I went to university majoring in dance.
Okay.
Only reason I did that is because, well, I'm not gonna lie, I love dancing. So let me just Okay. I love dancing, but I just wanted to major in something that was easy, something to just like quickly get my undergrad. I wanted to be a teacher. So
Oh, okay.
to be a teacher, like I was like doing research and stuff, and I remember my best friend at the time, we were like doing this together. She was like doing all the research because I couldn't fucking do any of the research. I was like, girl, you do it and tell me what we have to do. But she was like, okay, like we honestly can just major in dance. It's easy, it's simple. We can get our undergrad and we can be a teacher, like for elementary schools or
Okay.
yeah. And I was like, okay, cool, awesome. I didn't have an interest in anything else. And like I said before, I hate school. So the less school for me was the best option. So I'm like, okay, 4 years of this to get my undergrad, 2 years of teacher's college, that's fine. I majored in dance. I also minored in English
Okay.
because I was like, maybe I'll want to do high school teaching too, and you need that minor, I think, if I believe. But I was doing both of those, and it was just honestly like probably the worst years of my life. And I think it was like a combination of things. It was during COVID. COVID was a hard time for everyone. I wasn't able to actually experience. I did for 2 years of it, but I think one full year I was inside. I was like dancing in my living room. Like, what the fuck is that? Like,
No, tell me about it.
my mom looked at me like I was not okay, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is class that
This is
y'all are paying
university.
for.
Yep. That's so funny to
Like,
hear. I was like doing like I obviously now that I figured out we're the same age, obviously we were in like
yeah,
university at the same time. You were
yes.
over here dancing in your living room. I was over here in my bathtub setting up like tubes and buckets to do like chemical engineering experiments. And my parents were like,
Oh
what the hell?
my
Like I was
God.
literally in the bathtub pouring like syrup because gave us all these like at-home kits to do our experiments with because we couldn't go to the labs. We had to use like
Yeah,
maple syrup, like marbles, like I literally had to like get my parents to help me like take down these tubes to the bathtub and they're like, is this what we're paying for? I'm like,
I know.
this is
Yes, exactly.
engineering. That is so funny. Wow.
Wow.
Two like completely different experiences, but like at the core, the same experience.
Yeah, but
Okay,
I
wow.
was yeah, like it's crazy to hear that. But yeah, it was just like I was not vibing. I was like, I don't
Yeah.
even and I never really loved to be a teacher. Like it was not something that I was so excited to do.
Mhm.
So everything that I was learning also in dance and like I had to take also like dance history and like all these other bullshit courses that you have to take when you major in something. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Like
Mm.
real shit, what the fuck am I doing here? So I was like, okay, no. I remember I dropped out. I never had a full-time job. I was still working part-time. I was working as a receptionist at a real estate company, working reception, and I dropped out of school, didn't tell my parents. I kept lying to them for I think a year, saying that I was doing it online. And I remember one day I was like, okay, I need to like spill the beans. I told them and they were
You're
so
like they
upset.
think you're doing school online, you're filming your lip syncing videos. You're like, Mom, I'm studying.
Yeah, no, I'm literally studying. But I don't even know what the fuck I was doing when I was like saying that I was in school. I don't know what I was doing. But yeah, I told them that, hey guys, like I dropped out and
Mhm.
they were like, why would you lie? They were just more upset that I lied to them, which of
Right.
course, like they're gonna be upset that that their child is lying to them. But I was just like, guys, like trust me, like I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. And if it doesn't work, like I can pursue real estate. I like enrolled in real estate doing it online. It was like a simple course. And I was like, this is my backup. Like, if content doesn't work, I'll have this as a backup. And I was doing
Mhm.
real estate on the side. I was doing some videos here and there. And then I started blowing up. And I think I was like I think I just finished my first real estate exam. I think there was five in total that you have to pass to become like, to get your license.
Mhm.
And I passed my first one and you have to get a 75% to pass. I got a 76. So school is just not for me. Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
And if I'm not genuinely, like, actually in love with it, I will not be good at it. And that's just like, actually, let me reword that. I will be good at it because I'm quick to adapt to things. Like, I can learn things very quickly, but I will quit. I'm gonna do it for a month, like 2 months, 3 months, and then I'm gonna stop. And I've done that with so many different things. I was a lash tech a few years ago and loved that for a bit, and then ended up like quitting that because I'm like
Right.
I'm over it, you know?
That's so interesting to hear because I feel I can relate to you on that on so many levels just because my whole life I've done so many things. I feel like I've lived 30,000 lives, and that's why maybe I don't
Same.
feel 23. I feel literally like maybe the comments are right. I do feel 35 or whatever you call this.
Yeah, for real.
But I think it's just because I've bounced from so many things. My parents were always like, I was like
Yes.
growing up, I was super into music, like did piano for like 10 years, then woke up one morning, could not care less about it, wanted to do something else. Like I did like cosmetology, I got my full like hair license. And like
Oh,
I don't
wow.
work in a salon, like just so many different things. So I relate to you on that so much. But it's really
Yeah.
interesting to hear perspective on school. I love having these conversations because like, you get inside other people's mind because I was so like academic crazy growing up, like to the extent where during those COVID years in uni, like my identity relied so much on my grades that like
Mm,
if I wasn't getting like high 90s, I was like having a mental breakdown and which was not healthy. I've done a full like episode if you guys are interested on that and how I overcame that because like that was not a healthy place to be like basing all of that. But for me, it wasn't
hmm
even like, oh, I'm passionate about what I'm learning about in school. It was just like, I need to do well. Like, I don't, like
hmm
it was just an internalized thing that for me, I felt like my whole identity was based off like my academic success. And I find even now, like, that's one thing I do struggle with is because I don't have that anymore. I'm not in school. I'm like, okay, who am I without this? But I'm trying to, remind myself like I'm doing all these other things. Like that is not everything that I am.
Yes.
But I just love hearing like your perspective on that. And since it's so
hmm
different, like how I would naturally think. Yeah, wow. And okay, so what was the timeline from when you were like, okay, I'm gonna pursue this, and then if this doesn't work out, like the backup with real estate, like what was the timeline there from when you told your parents like I'm gonna pursue content and then to you like blowing up and maybe like getting your first brand deal or something like that? Do you remember?
Um, okay, I don't remember, but I'm gonna say it was very quick, like extremely quick. Like I genuinely didn't even have the chance to breathe and it happened so quickly. And I remember one thing I do remember because I remember certain events. I remember certain
Mhm.
events and I'll remember those, but I was going through a breakup with my ex-boyfriend of 7 years during all of this.
Wow.
So when we broke up, that's when I was like, okay, let me do content. Or I
Hmm.
think no, I was doing a little bit of content, but when we broke up, I was like, okay, let me like actually fucking do more content because
Yeah,
it was kind of an
nice.
escape for me also, and I enjoyed it. I'm like, okay, let me do this more, and I was doing more of it, and then I was still working. I was as a receptionist, and then one day I was like, okay, I oh wait no, okay, so I'm like, wait, no, no, no,
You know how
um,
people are like, ask online, like, how do you see time in your brain? Like, I feel like people see it like years. I relate to you
like
so much because I don't. Like, for me, it's moments in like, and I have to think,
yes,
okay, when was that in accordance to like
yeah,
my life timeline?
yeah.
Or honestly, when did I film that video? Like, that's what I think of. When did I film?
Literally.
Well, I remember I can remember what I was wearing with a makeup look I did, like for that day, blah, blah. But if you tell me like what year, what month, no idea.
Yeah, no, it's over. But I remember honestly, the only reason I remember like when I started content is because of like that fucking experience I had with my ex-boyfriend. Like obviously that was like a crazy drastic switch. So
Right.
I that's why I remember all of that. But I think I was telling my parents, I'm like, okay, listen, like I'm gonna do content. I'm gonna have the real estate on the side. I think I maybe did one brand deal, just one. And obviously, like your first brand deal, well, for me, it wasn't like a crazy amount of money. I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just growing, but it was still great. Then, like, I'm like comparing it to like now and then like before, but it was still like an insane amount of money. So I was like, look, dad, like, this is possible. And he's like, okay, okay, like, let's just like see if it continues though.
Right.
I'm like, okay. So I was doing my exam,
You're like,
everything,
one
and then
second, gotta go film a
I'm
silent review. Like,
like,
lip
one
gloss is
moment.
done. Foundations next.
Yeah, I was on a grind. I was like, okay, what can I do next? Like, I was like
37-part
on a fucking thing.
series.
But I was just like, I don't even know. I was like, one day at work, again, my timelines are fucking everywhere. I'm so sorry. But I was at work and I was like, okay, I got this literally one brand deal. That's not sustaining me. But I also still, I don't have bills to pay. Like at the time, I had no bills to pay. I don't have my own car. I didn't pay for my phone at the time. Like my parents were covering everything for me. So I'm like, okay, let me quit this fucking job so I can go so hard on content.
Okay.
And I was like, and honestly, I'm so glad that I was able to do that because not a lot of people are able to do that. Like, a lot
Right.
of people have to pay so many bills. Like, they come from full time jobs, like, where they have to be present. Even my part time job, I was able to edit. while I was working. Like it was great.
Mhm.
But I'm like, let me just like quit this job. And it also had something to do with, it was tied to my ex. Like his mom was my manager there. So I'm
Got it.
like, this is just not a healthy space for me to be in anymore.
Right.
And it's just bringing me back to like bad memories, old memories. I need to be in a new space. So, which that's why it's crazy to me because I genuinely think everything happens for a reason.
I
Because,
was just gonna say that.
bro, if like we didn't break up, like there wouldn't be a reason for me to quit that job. So then would
Right.
I even have blown up as hard as I did if I didn't go as hard?
Yeah, well,
So
not
it's
even that. Like, I
crazy.
immediately thought when you said you blew up so quickly, I'm like, that happened for a reason because you were on this brink of
Yeah.
like, is this like something I can do? If it doesn't work out, I'll do real estate. Like, and then the universe was
Yeah.
like, you can do it, you know? So it's like,
Hmm.
I think no matter like what the journey, kind of how I mentioned with my journey, like I wasn't blowing up. So I was like, oh my gosh, is this for me? Is this, but now looking
Right.
back, I'm like, it happened for a reason, or else I wouldn't have like
Yes.
finish my degrees, and I that's something I always wanted to do, so you
Yeah.
always have to think of like, but going back, do you think if it wasn't for that series or you blowing up so fast, do you think that would have changed you like trying to pursue it? Like would you have kept going and being like, okay, like let me keep trying with this?
What, the breakup or
No, 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 sorry, I phrased that really terribly.
oh, it's okay.
If you didn't blow up with the silent review series as fast as you did, do you
Mhm.
think you still would have continued like pursuing content for longer, trying it
I
out?
definitely see this is a thing, and I still struggle with this now. Like, if I don't get like a high amount of engagement, I'm like, oh my God. It freaks me out because when I first started, I was getting an insane
Right.
amount of engagement, shares, likes, views. Like, it was not normal. So now I'm like, oh my God, my views are so low. But no, 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 they're fine. It's just they were insane before. Like, just relax,
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
But I definitely think the quick rise of like blowing up has helped me stayed consistent for sure. And it's what pushed me to like, okay, I need to make more, I need to make more.
Mm-hmm.
Because obviously seeing, my followers going up that quick, the likes and like people are like eating this shit up. And this is so fun. Like of course I'm going to make more, but I think I definitely would have probably struggled. And that's why it's interesting to hear your story too and how you had more of like a slow burn to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's for sure like harder like mentally because you're like, I'm posting so much, I'm doing all this, and it's not people, it looks like people are not enjoying it because the numbers aren't there. But I definitely think the silent reviews like pushed me to doing this like forever. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I didn't do that, I probably would have like quit again. Like I do everything. I probably would have been like, okay, like on to the next.
Okay, interesting. Okay, so
Yeah.
when people ask me like what is your advice, if someone's trying to like pursue content and stuff, and I always tell them like I'm obviously speaking from experience, I'm like just post
Mhm.
consistently, and like I always tell people like post for 5 years and come back and talk to me then. Like that's my mentality with it. So I'm curious for people that have maybe come to you asking for your advice, like what is your advice there, especially because you had
Mhm.
kind of this like, let me, leave school, leave this job, and like you went full force, and then, it happened that this really blew up and then it did work out for you. But what is your advice for
Mhm.
people trying to pursue that?
I feel like the number one thing is like that you shouldn't do if you are trying to pursue it is comparing. I feel like comparison, and there's a quote like this, comparison is the thief of joy.
Hmm.
Genuinely, I think it is because you're seeing all of these creators that are getting crazy amount of likes and they're going on these trips and all this stuff. You might be working just as hard and it's not happening for you. And that can be very hard on you. And
Right.
it's something that I struggle with too, like still. But I would say my number one tip is try not to compare. It's so easy. It's easier said than done, but just go into it being your true self. Like, don't try to be like this other influencer that is doing that, like you were mentioning, that shows the products in this way or like does this type of makeup look. Like, do what you want, post the content that you want. And even if you think someone is not going to like it or it's not going to be relatable or no one's going to enjoy it, there is someone out there, multiple someones out there that are going to enjoy it. And that is what I have learned because I remember before I blew up, before the silent reviews, I was doing just like reviews, like
Mhm.
okay, these are my empties. Like every single beauty creator does an empties video.
Yeah.
I was doing videos like that and I'm like, okay, this is boring for me. I was like, this is so boring for me and it's clearly boring for these people
Yeah.
And I liked what you said about do it for 5 years and then come back, because you really have to, I feel like, experiment. You have to experiment and see what you enjoy posting, what you enjoy doing, and what other people are also enjoying from you. The whole idea is like, I feel like when people see people blow up so quickly, it's like, okay, that's gonna happen to me. And
Yeah.
when it doesn't, it's hard to keep
Yes.
going. But I feel like, again, you have to experiment. You have to see what, like I said, you have to see what you like to do. You have to see what bites on the algorithm. You have to see it's a whole experiment. Like, I was
Totally.
doing all of these other things that other influencers were doing that works for them, but it wasn't working for me. But I'm like,
Mm.
okay, I have to do it because they're doing it and they made it, so I have to do what they're doing. But that's actually not true at all. And you have to genuinely like do what you like. And for example, now I know that my brand is beauty and humor. Like, I was just like, before I'm like, okay, it's just gonna be beauty, beauty, beauty. I was giving no like sense of humor in my other videos. Like, it was just straight like, this product is really good. Like, I was talking like a robot also in my
Yeah.
in my like first ever videos. But now I know that people, yes, people come to me for beauty advice, but people come to me for my humor. Like, I'm like,
Totally.
like my comedic side to it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, now I know my brand. Like, I do beauty, but I also do comedy at the same time, type of thing.
Totally.
So
I,
that's,
I think
I
that
feel
perfectly
like, yeah,
describes your content.
yes.
So I was literally talking to one of my creator friends yesterday about how I find the more time I spend, which is kind of ironic, the more time I spend online watching other creators as a creator myself, I find the worse content I produce because then I'm watching all these people and seeing like, oh, this did well, and then it's like, oh, I should do that, I should do that. But my content is at its best when it's like an idea that came from me, not influenced online, and it's like that line of like, okay, looking online for ideas and inspiration versus trying to like mold yourself to fit a certain trend,
Mm,
or you know what I mean? Like I find that at least for me, when I am trying to like literally perfect example, I tried doing like the silent reviews after seeing your video, did not work because like it's like I just didn't give off the energy and it felt so forced, where it's like, okay, I'm
mm-hmm.
trying to like fit this one trend, and not saying like it can't work and there's not trends that like can fit for you, but sometimes like you have to just like you mentioned, experiment and really find like your niche and your purpose. I think the thing that can
Yes.
be hard is when, like for me, I'm really trying to, yes, I like do beauty reviews and all of that, but I'm really trying to create like more lifestyle content, especially on like my Loud Talk pages. And I find that can sometimes be a struggle for me because I'm like, okay, I think people don't come for me to like to my pages for that. So it's like I'm kind of
Mm-hmm.
fighting with the algorithm a little bit to like break through that, but I just know that I have to kind of be consistent there. And also,
Yeah.
sometimes you have to take the numbers out of it. And I always tell myself there's
Mm-hmm.
certain videos I make because I enjoyed making them, and there's certain videos I make that I also enjoy making, but I know these will like hit with my audience more than
Yes.
others.
Yes. I think you said that perfectly. Um, but
A
I
plus.
actually relate to you. Literally A plus. But I'm like on the same boat because I actually really enjoy lifestyle content. Like, I love just vlogging. Like,
Mhm.
it's so funny because I hated doing it before. And I know you do YouTube, and I tried doing YouTube for a bit and I hated it. Like,
Mm.
I don't know why I hated vlogging on a camera. Like, it
Mm.
made it, I don't know why, but now when I like vlog on my phone, like in point 0.5, I love it. Like, I live for that shit. And like editing it, I'm like, this is so fun. And my audience, like, again, those don't perform as well as my regular type of content because it's also new.
Yeah,
And but I'm trying to incorporate that into like my beauty stuff because I enjoy
totally.
it.
Yeah.
I love doing it, and I'm like, the algorithm is going to fucking work with me. Just wait.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like even if it doesn't, like the
Who
few people that
cares?
watch it from your beauty reviews, like who actually love you as a creator outside of like what did you just think
Right.
about this foundation, like they're gonna want to see more into your life. Like we're all new, so we all want to
Yes.
see what people are doing, let's be honest,
Yeah.
so we're
Yeah.
gonna watch that. But back to what you were saying when you were like filming certain videos and you're like, I'm bored. I think like
Yeah.
if you're bored making a video, then people are going to be bored watching it. And that's like a great way to
Absolutely.
figure out like, and you sit there and try to film
Yeah.
things, and then it's like, well, if I can't even sit through myself editing it, who the hell's going to watch this, you know?
Yeah, for real. I honestly, I think about that so many times. I'm like, while I'm editing, I'm like, bro, I just keep talking
I'm
and
like, shut
talking and talk.
up.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Like you went on and on. Like you can, no one's going to watch
That
this. I
that's
know,
my
I know.
brother. That's my brother like because he edits like all my YouTube, all my podcasts, and like he could not care less about like the newest makeup launches. Yeah, he's sitting there
Yeah,
like editing this stuff. And he like send me the video and I'm like, Nick, why is the makeup review like 45 minutes edited?
yeah,
And he's like, I'm like, you couldn't cut it down. He's like, you wouldn't stop. There was no place to cut. Like he's like, you just kept
yeah.
talking and I'm like, well, you know what? At least it's like, and that's why I've always felt more comfortable, I think, with long form is because I am like
Mm,
a certified yapper. So then when it's like,
yes,
especially when I'm working with a brand and they're like 30-second TikTok and I'm like,
so hard.
how do I condense everything I need to say? And then also I think I am like more chill. I think I talk fast, but for like brain rot, like social media, I
Mm,
don't
yeah.
talk like that loud. It's so funny. My mom's like, you're always talking so fast in your videos. I'm like, you should watch some other people and you would not think I'm talking
For
fast
real, for
at
real.
all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I just
Hmm.
can't like force that, I can't like force that out of me like all the time, especially like when I'm doing more long form. But yeah, you have to find the videos that you enjoy making. Also, the thing about me is I love creating content with day in my life videos. I love doing them. I
Hmm.
love watching yours and watching yours. I was like, oh my God, I need to post. I
Thank
have
you.
so many like vlogs drafted in my phone, and then I'm like, "Ugh, no one really cares about my vlogs, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna edit them and post them because like whatever.
Yes.
So I love watching your videos, and what I've realized
Thank
making the
you.
vlogs, I'm like, oh my God, my vlogs are so boring. I need to like edit them like this and edit like this. I'm not like the type of content creator that loves to do like crazy editing. Like I think
Same. I fucking I can I just say you do YouTube, right? Oh, but you don't edit your own videos. Okay,
No, my
brother.
brother edits everything. I
That's what
used
it is.
to. That's what
That's
it
what
is.
it is.
And it brought the fun back in for me because I can sit here on
See?
a podcast with you, talk for an hour, and then I'm like,
And
Nick,
give
here
it
you
to him.
go. Especially
Yeah,
cake. It
I can't
changed the
edit for
game
life.
for me, especially for like a makeup review, I can edit, a podcast I
Hmm.
can edit. A vlog, and I do like on YouTube, I do like month-long vlogs. Girl, I'm not editing that.
Mm,
I
no
just
way.
cannot. But like he does such a good job editing them because he has like the editor vision. So I'm
Yeah.
like very thankful for that. But then I do all like my short form content and I'll edit like a day in my life vlog. And even when like the Lizzie McGuire trend was going around, I'm like, okay, I should try this. And then I looked myself in the mirror. I'm like, girl, no, you're not
Just
gonna
stop.
try it
Yeah.
because it's just not me. Like I have that creative side of me and I have the vision, but for me to like sit down and do that edit, I'm like, it just doesn't fit really like with me.
Hmm.
It's again, I'm trying to force like being this other person. Like I feel like my
Something
content
else. Yeah.
authentically to me is so like just sit down and talk. Or if I am doing a vlog, it's like literally, here's what I did today. Enjoy, you know?
Right, right. Yeah.
And I feel like
I actually went through that too. Sorry to cut you off.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say,
I
I think from what I've seen of your content, I feel like you
yeah.
have like that similar vibe. That's all. That's all I was gonna say.
Yes, yes. Again, like I love, okay, can I say I love watching like vlogs and there's like crazy edits. I love
Same.
watching it. It's so entertaining. Like Reagan, I can watch her shit for hours and hours and hours. I love her, but I can't do the whole, I try so much sometimes, but like it's so much to like, okay, sync this up with the sound and make sure the song is like this and make sure like I'm like, "Okay, bro, I can't be like I don't have a love for that, I feel like.
Yeah, same.
I don't love doing that." So I'm like, "Why the fuck would I do it if I don't love it?" So, yeah, my vlogs are very, like, straightforward, "Bitch, like, this is what we're doing today, like, come with me." That's it.
Yeah, no, I love your vlogs. And I think that again, like that's why they're what are your thoughts on when people say like the industry has become like oversaturated or like there's too many creators? I'm curious your thoughts there.
My god, I just feel like, okay, you can say everything's oversaturated. Like, there's so many people in so many different fields, but like,
Yeah.
not every creator's the same. And you know what? It's funny because I used to think that as well before I was in the space. I'm like, there's so many influencers. Like, why are they all like famous? Like, why is everyone going viral? Everyone's the same. But if you actually like watch their content, no one is the same. Like everyone is so different. Everyone has such a different way of doing things, way of
Mhm.
reviewing, way of vlogging. Like for example, me, I've never seen there for sure is multiple out there, but I've never seen like a beauty creator that also has this like weird ass side to her and like is swearing so much. but but that's me. So I'm like, if you just, and that's going back to like your last question, like what advice would you give someone? Just be you. Like if
Mhm.
you are you to your core, people will relate to you. People are going to love you. It's hard to do that though in the beginning. I remember when I started making videos, I was whispering, like I thought people didn't care about like my funny side. I'm like, why would I show that? Like people just want to know about the products. But once I started, like once I did the silent reviews, everyone's like, whoa, this girl's funny. And I'm like, oh, you guys want to see more funny? I got y'all. Like,
You're
I
like,
got y'all.
oh, don't worry.
Let me just
If,
pull it out of my
she's
pocket. Like
like,
I got y'all.
if you think I'm funny without saying a word, oh, just you wait till I open my mouth.
No, literally. And I'm like, okay, so now I know that you guys, I now I feel comfortable being my full self because you guys love it. So I'm glad it did work out in that way. I hope I answered your question.
No, you definitely did. Okay, controversial question maybe. Do you think
Yeah, I
everyone, because I
love.
think so many people are posting their content, and I'm always for like post the damn video, just post it, like
Hmm.
whatever. If you're embarrassed, like if you feel like embarrassed that your friends are gonna see it, one, they ain't your friends. Two, just like literally make a new page that they don't follow, whatever.
Literally block them. Yeah.
Literally block them, whatever. But do you think like everyone, I'm not gonna say everyone could be an influencer because some people don't want to, but do you think everyone that thinks they want to be an influencer can be?
No.
I have the
No.
same answer. Let's dive into that. Let's dive into that a little
Yeah,
bit.
I just feel like again, people are seeing it from what it looks like on the outside. People don't know, and this is with everything, I feel like. Also, social media is a highlight reel. It's you're showing all of the good sides. I feel like now though it's starting to become more and more like true and authentic and people are feeling okay to talk about like harder issues, which I am, and I see other people are doing the same thing, so I'm like I'm glad it's turning into that. But at the end of the day it's still a highlight reel. Like it's still
Totally.
you're seeing your favorite influencer go on vacation every week or every weekend, and it's like, oh my god, like she's traveling or like she's getting all this free stuff, and like I want to do that. And I'm like, girly pop, there's so much more. There's like so much more that you don't see. Like that is literally two aspects. The free shit, yeah, it's so great, but like it's so great. But can I just say, I get so overwhelmed with all of this free stuff.
Me
Like, I
too.
love it. And I'm like, thank you, God, for blessing my life like this because this is
Yeah.
my dream. But I'm like, bitch, do I need a whole new house for all this stuff? Like, where do I put this now?
My mom says that all the time because, okay, Izzy, let me just,
Same.
how I like, so right before we started this, I was like, can we push to one? Because I'm over here scrambling because I just like got home from Europe. Like, this is
Mhm.
literally what's beside me. I'll insert a photo or something after. And it was all sitting like here. I just like pushed it on like that. We'll deal with that later because, like, again, that you guys see this background and you're like, oh my gosh, like so cute. Like, what's in front of me right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Crazy. And my mom always says to me, she's like, you need another house because why do I
Yeah.
have like this week in the mail? I just got a cooler, like a full ass, like giant
Yeah.
cooler.
Yeah.
And all these boxes where I'm like, okay, I can't throw this out because, like, I literally I have the exact I see the say like giant lip gloss in your background.
Oh,
It's like
yes. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
sitting on my couch right now, the exact same one, because I'm like, where do I put it? Like, I don't have
Yeah.
any room to put this stuff. But again, not here complaining about this like free stuff. I just think
Yeah,
people
absolutely not.
don't think about that because I get so overwhelmed, especially since I've been living abroad. I come home to like 100 plus packages and
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
what do I do with this? Because
Yeah.
yes, I want to film it, and I want to review everything I like get, and I want to like,
Hmm.
but you just can't, like, you can't get
You
to it
can't.
all, and
Hmm.
it's so incredibly overwhelming. And I think people don't
Hmm.
talk about like that side of it because to me, like every box I open, yes, I'm so excited and like it's like free stuff that I'm obviously so excited for, but sometimes it just feels like every box I open is like another task or like another
Hmm.
video I have to film, if that makes sense.
Hmm. That's,
And
yeah, that is perfect. Yeah.
and the highlight reel you mentioned too, like, yes, we're very open online. We talk about like stuff we're struggling with, but at the end of the day, like that's still an edited video I posted. Like
Yeah.
it's still not just because we open up about something we're struggling with, it's still like an edited down video of like, and then that sometimes gets romanticized and like viewed differently online of like this is what struggle should look like. you know, versus like this is
Mm-hmm.
just a video of my perception of how like I struggle with things, not necessarily like
Yeah.
the whole image, you know. So yeah, I think that like is one thing for sure, like social media isn't real. And then the other thing too is I will never sit here and like say that this job is hard, like especially compared to like a traditional, like I've worked an engineering job. I know the difference between them. But I was
Mm-hmm.
literally having this conversation with my other content friend yesterday, and she's like, I think I cracked the code to why being a content creator can feel so like difficult or like mentally taxing sometimes, is because she's like in a normal 9 to 5 job, you have a performance review, let's say like every few months. As a
Mm-hmm.
content creator, you have a performance review after every video you post because
Yeah.
you're viewing your analytics, you're seeing how did people comment on this? Are they commenting nice things? Are they commenting bad things? The brands are asking for those analytics. You know, they want to see like
Mm-hmm.
how everybody's doing. Then that's a direct correlation to like, okay, this is how much we're going to pay you for this. This is how much you're worth based on
Yeah.
that review. So it's like, and I was like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, girl, you are so right. Like it is a constant performance review, and it starts to like blend with like how you perceive yourself and your worth, because it's like, okay,
Yep.
I'm worth X user, I'm worth this and this and this. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's a whole another side to it where people don't see like that part. And like also for me, this big struggle recently, especially as an extrovert, has been the fact that when I was in school, I didn't really have this, but now that I like fully have focused on social media, I sit in my room and film, and then I sit in my room and edit myself, and then I sit in my room and post the video and watch myself back. Sometimes I think I'm going a little crazy.
I was actually gonna say that too because, like, I feel like I'm never off. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm always on, whether and it's so hard because what we do is, like, digital. What we do is on our phone, and, like, before, my phone used to be, like, something I do after I'm done work. Now it's
Yeah.
like I work from my phone, and then after, I'm still on my phone. Like I'm never not on my phone, and even when I'm done filming, I'm editing, and then after I'm editing, I gotta sort away my PR. After I sort away my PR, I'm like, oh, I remember something else I have to do. I have to edit my podcast or like all these different things, and I just feel like it is very overwhelming. And I would say the hardest thing for me is like scheduling because I feel like everyone is so used to like coming from a job already, you're used to a schedule, you're used to like a 9 to 5, you're used to hours, like you're used
Yeah.
to being clocked in and clocked out. We have to figure all that ourselves. Like, and of course, everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to have great performing videos. Everyone wants to have multiple videos coming out a day, whatever it is. So we're always grinding. Like, we're essentially always working. So for me, it's very hard to turn off. And most of the time, I work in my room. Like, I'm in my room right now. I film in my room. I edit in my room. I also sleep in my room, which sometimes I'm not able to sleep properly because my room is now associated to my work. Like this is my office now. So how am I sleeping? How am I supposed to get proper rest in my office? So it's a big mental thing. I still struggle with it now, but I'm starting to get used to it kind of.
Mm-hmm,
Kind of.
mm-hmm. I think the
But
biggest thing is like if you are of the mindset like I want to become an influencer or I want to become a content creator so I don't have to work, don't do it. Like
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I posted a day in my life video the other day, and literally in the day in my life video, I like was filming in the morning, and then I was like, oh, and then I came home and literally didn't vlog because I was sat on my computer from like 2 to like 9 p.m. And then the comments were
Mm-hmm.
like, so you don't work. I'm like, did y'all watch the vlog? Did you? And
Yeah.
they're like, life on easy mode. And again, I'm not saying I've never like come from a place of like I'm gonna complain about this job. I say this all the time. I would
Yeah.
never like I love what I do so much. I'm so every day I wake up so grateful that I get to even do this. But I
Yes.
always tell people like if you want to go into it and become a content creator for like the free stuff or the trips, it's gonna come at a lot bigger of a cost of like the work you have to put in. And like if you love
Mm-hmm.
it, and that's why I tell people start because for me, since it was a hobby my whole life and I just had the pure love for it, now it's like holy shit, I can like make money out of this and like for it to be my career, that is the dream.
Yeah.
But if like you're going into it, like when people want to start a business for like a quick, like, side hustle or some quick cash on the side, and then they realize, wait a minute, like I'm not going to see
This is a
money
lot of
from
work.
this for like a very long time. It's the same type of
Yes.
concept. So yeah, I wanted to ask your opinion on that. I'm like happy you like agree because I think that's a hard thing for people to comprehend sometimes because they do only see the one side of it and they think like, and
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do have a lot of flexibility in my time. We do have time to like make our like schedules however we want. Like, let's be real, a lot of our days aren't like a 9 to 5 sit down, but some are, and some are more than that. Some days I'm like sitting at my computer for 12, 16 hours a day, who
Yeah.
knows? And
Yeah.
I don't take like days off. But then with that, I can travel a lot because my job's flexible. I can live wherever I want because
Mm-hmm.
like there's so much flexibility to it that's why I would never complain about it. But I think, yeah, you have to like, if you want to do this, you have to be prepared that it's not going to be, oh, I'm going to do this so I can like work less because it's
Yeah.
not, that's not like,
If anything, it's more. It's more.
mhm. But when you
It's
enjoy
more.
it, like that's the thing. When you enjoy
Yes.
it, it's a total game
It's a
changer.
different vibe.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. Well, before we end this off, I want to ask you, what is one tip that you give people that to you is like your ultimate confidence hack that, either gets you up in the morning, motivated, or on days where you're kind of like feeling like you're lacking that confidence within yourself, what do you do to like bring it back?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I think a lot of people think I have a lot of confidence, which I would say I do have a good amount of confidence, but there are days where I wake up and I'm like, I fucking don't want to move. I don't want to move. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do the things that I have to do. But I'm currently right now on a journey of like self-love and just really like focusing on the one tip I would say is just focus on you, and this is so general and corny, but it genuinely makes such a difference in your life. Like if you start focusing on you and loving
Mhm.
yourself so heavy. For example, an example is doing the things that you say you're going to do. Like I say that I'm going to wake up every single morning and I'm going to go to the gym. That's a form of self-love because I love myself and my body so much that I want it to be stronger. I wanted to be able to lift things like that. So I feel like sticking to your word is building your confidence. Like even if it's not the gym, it could be, okay, I'm gonna wake up and make my bed every day, or I'm gonna wake up and cook myself a meal every day. Like
Yeah.
doing the things you say you're going to do is going to build your confidence, not what you look like on the outside.
Totally, totally. That's an amazing tip. I love that you said that. I've been following your gym
Yeah.
journey, girl. Like you actually, your stories, like I see your stories and I'm like, yeah, gotta go. Like I gotta go. Like get my I'm dead ass serious. So
Yay!
if you ever think
I
people
love
aren't
that.
viewing those and like it's not helping them, they're helping me. It's like that's
That literally makes me so happy because that's why I'm like, okay, like I am going through because before I'm like I go through these like journeys of like working on myself and then stopping, working on
yeah.
myself and then stopping. But I'm like, okay, no. Like I'm gonna be honest and raw with my audience. Okay, I'm going through like this self-love journey. And that's why I love posting those videos because I love it, but also I get so many DMs. Like you're not the first person that told me, like so many DMs saying like you motivated me to go to the gym this morning. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, my work here is done. Like
Amazing.
my
Yeah.
work here is done. Like
Yeah.
the fact that a little video like that and me just sharing my journey is helping you, love that. Like I
Totally.
couldn't ask for something better.
Yeah. And I always felt like how perspective is so powerful. And like what you said there, I'm getting up
Yes.
and going to the gym because I love my body. I think so many people have such a like, not just with the gym, but like with anything in life, just this toxic mentality of like, I have to do it because one, society
Mm-hmm.
tells me to, or I have to do it to look this way, or blah, blah. But you switching that mindset and that, framing it in this picture of I'm doing this because I love my body. I want to get stronger. I want to be able to like lift and do these things. Like that is the ultimate self-love. And I always say, like, you
Yes.
can love your body and love how you look right now, but still want to improve it and be better. And what is more self-love than always trying to be better? Like there's
Mm-hmm.
always that balance there. And I love your perspective on that because we've seen so many influencers too. Like I know like Spencer Barbosa has opened up about how like once she started posting that she was going to Pilates, she got a lot of backlash because people were like, "Oh my God, I thought you loved your body. Why are you working out?" And she's like, "Y'all, I can
Yeah.
like love my body and want to work out because I love my body." Like
Yeah.
I think there's just such a like toxic mentality around that it's getting better online, but like still there's so much toxicity
Yeah.
around those how people frame like lifestyle choices and just doing things for you. And yeah, I love your point of view on that. I think it's absolutely amazing and a lot of people like can take notes from that. And my last question before we end this off is what is something that you love
Yeah.
about your skin today?
Oh, my skin. Okay, let me see.
Let's
um
take a look. Actually,
honestly,
let's all take a look and let's all say something we love about Izzy's skin today.
uh, I love my blush today I feel like. And I just love how glowy I look. I think
What blush are you
that's
wearing?
okay, I can't say.
Oh, I promise, guys, I did not know this. What are the chances? That's so funny. Oh my
That is
gosh.
so funny. But
Okay.
I love just my glow today. I love it. I'm here for it.
Amazing. Okay, well, Izzy, thank you so much for coming on Loud Talk with Lavi. It was absolutely amazing. I had so much fun. I hope you had fun. This was
I
awesome.
had the best time. I actually had the best time ever, and like that was such good conversation. Like I feel like
Amazing.
our mindsets are so similar. I
I
just
like
loved it.
this.
Thank you for having me on.
No, of course, of course. It was such a pleasure. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe to the Loud Talk with Lavi YouTube channel so you can see our faces and all the conversations, a video version, and then the audio version, Spotify, Apple, and all streaming platforms every single Sunday at 7 a.m. MST. Thanks for getting loud with us, and you'll hear from me in the next episode of Loud Talk with Lavi. Bye!
Bye.